morning from a grey, damp, but I think still lovely Lalande with the lilies coming out in the courtyard, and a very exciting day today because we're having our next lake planning session. As the weather is so murky, I have decided to wear the brightest, most cheerful outfit that I could possibly imagine. Though, let's face it, the sunglasses are more a sign of hopefulness than anything else. Morning all.
Good morning.
Are you ready for the lake meeting?
Yes.
This is quite exciting.
Apparently they're coming to the end of the entire process of getting the planning permission.
I never thought I'd hear those words.
So all the discussions have gone really well, apparently.
Great.
So we're just going to run through everything that still needs to be decided on. I think it's just going to be a couple of details. We're just going to talk about how we can interface the plans he has with the plan that I make, because it's in a different format.
And you're also just then looking at the landscaping around it and how it fits into the environment of our garden.
Yeah, true.
Whilst they're talking about interfacing and the layouts and all these other very important things, I have one thing that I want to speak to everybody about, and that thing is mosquitoes. Because if we're having to deviate the stream from the lake and we're ending up with the lake in summer not having water running through it, are we just making a massive stagnant mosquito breeding ground? And if so, hang on, Davey's saying no. I need a phone with a simultaneous front and back camera. Can we see that finger wag again?
I did like this.
Could you please explain why we are not? Because I've been worried sick.
Yeah, the biggest problem about standing water and mosquitoes developing in it is because it has too low of an oxygen content. Mm-hmm. So the only thing we need to do is, well, we're going to put electricity over there anyway. So we need to get electricity to the other side of the dike we need to build for the deviation. Okay. So we can put 2 aerators in the lake itself. And those should be enough to aerate the entire thing.
Really?
And not have mosquitoes.
I thought we were going to have, a spout like Lake Geneva to try and get that water moving.
No. An aerator should be enough.
Okay.
I still need to look up how big of a surface area we can do with one. But I think 2 should suffice.
Because look around you, Davey. See a lot
connected to electricity.
Yes, I like this. Yeah, just nuke the entire water every now and then.
Give the step of aerators.
That is the true Pavlina method. Yeah. Just go nuclear on it. Absolutely. But I was going to say, looking around you, there's a lot of very vulnerable women here that can't be eaten by mosquitoes. But Pavlina's not one of those very vulnerable women at all. Jammy Dodgers! No one was expecting this first thing in the morning. Thank you for the tea.
You're welcome.
We've just had a really interesting meeting. I think it went super well.
So this is a general overview of the entire lake, and then also the smaller second lake, which we're going to use to reinstate a portion of the wetland.
Yes, because every time we take away wetland, because at the moment, of course, it's become a wetland. So here we're removing wetland to put water, and we have to put 100% of that somewhere else as wetland.
Yeah.
And we're doing that by adding wetland here and adding wetland here. And together they cover the same surface area as the wetland that we're losing for the lake.
Yeah, correct. And then this is a view in detail of the actual diversion with the existing lawn. Here's the chapel. So this is the end of the lawn we can see now from the terrace down.
Yes.
And then the diversion will be at the bottom of that with a dike in between to separate the diversion from the lake.
And the lake will be here.
Yeah, correct.
And the reason that this is not just a straight stream, which of course would be much cheaper to put in, is that this is better for the fish. They like meandering streams, and that's why it's irregular.
And this is actually also how a river exists. Rivers are never straight.
Yes.
They always make a meandering path, and throughout history they become more meandering, and then at some point the banks come very close and then they break through. That's how a river moves.
Now that we've arranged exactly how it's going to be and the planning is going really well, he thinks that the dossier will be finished in September. It will need 2 more months for the planning to come through, but he's having constant talks with the planning authorities, that's the bread lady, and they are very, very good and very helpful, and things are moving forward really well. So he's going to start asking for companies to come to give us quotes, and we should know more in September. Right, we've stopped for a very important thing because we really can't live without bread. Yes, we are saved. We're not going to go hungry, Davy. That's a beautiful sight.
The bread or me?
Both. It's the combo, obviously.
Nice save.
You happy with how it went?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, me too. He's done so much work.
Yeah. And I think once we come to the details of how we want to plant the actual bank of the lake, it's not going to make a difference for them. As long as we don't put anything quite exotic and non-native, I don't think it'll make any difference.
No,
So-
that's going to get exciting.
Yeah.
We were talking about weeping willows against the banks here and there as well, which would be so pretty.
Yeah.
Maybe one on the island.
Excited. We're going to be putting a lot of the mud that is currently at the base of the lake onto the island.
Okay.
That will hopefully give it a lot of the vegetation of the wetland that's there at the moment. Lots of seeds will still be in that soil.
Putting in the foundation for whatever structure you put on it.
It depends on what you count for a structure. A gazebo that has minimal foundations.
Just enough for something like that, I think. Or, you know, sort of ruined Roman temple. That's just simple. Small, ruined medieval castle. That sort of thing.
We can just move down Chateau.
Okay, Dan, do you mind? I'd like him to be our neighbour. Thank goodness the bread did arrive, because I've managed to make a sort of French ploughman's lunch. It's, let's see, artichoke, cornichon and olives with tomatoes from the garden, cheeses, and then a couple of tartines, one black olive tapenade and one pâté. I'll be honest, the daytime fasting isn't going that well right now. I didn't see Marie, so I think she must be in the bread oven room, and I'm going to see how she's been getting on.
Right, time for Marie Cam. It's another day in Dustland. This is what we're calling the bread oven room now, Dustland. There's progress, but it's going slowly. I've been running today. I've got no makeup on and I'm sweaty. I was sweaty. So I thought, why shouldn't I just be dusty and sweaty? So I've decided to continue with the brushing. It's a tedious job and it takes a long time. So just have to get it done so we can move on to the next step. So that's what I'm doing today. Just continuing brushing. Shh. Where's the brush? Brushing!
She was in love with the night, the way the sun shines. All she needed was love to have to hold, and nobody could make her feel down. She was always smiling from ear to ear, and everybody wondered if round would she ever know the feeling of tears. All she said to them was live your life just like you're young again. No, don't you cry, just get back up again. Cause if you wanna laugh, then live it better. If you want love, then stay together. If you wanna smile, then be forever.
Oh my goodness, it's getting worse and worse. It's very murky inside now and actually quite chilly. I've given up with this weather. It's so chilling. I want to have a hot cup of tea and a warm bath, and I'm having the tea with a good book, but I haven't got time for the bath. So instead, I'm going to have a warming face mask. So I've turned to my trusty UFO 2 by Foreo Sweden, who have very kindly offered to sponsor this video with this ad. Now, I've spoken to you about the UFO 2 many times before because I love this little thing so much. But for those of you who don't know what it has been called the world's most sophisticated supercharged facial. And basically, it improves the efficiency of face masks. And it does that by using lots of different technologies. And the one that I was most excited about using today is the thermotherapy. So basically, it heats up and enables the ingredients to penetrate the skin more. But on a very hot day, it also has cryotherapy, which is incredibly cooling. And then it has T-sonic pulsations. And the pulsations just relax all of the muscles in the face and neck tension points. It's so soothing. And it also has red, green and blue LED light therapy, which rejuvenates the skin, unmasking a more refined, radiant complexion. There's so many different masks to choose from, and today I'm going for Manuka Honey, which rejuvenates tired skin. I do feel I need that today. So you go to the app and select the mask that you want. This is the Manuka honey one, and as it says, it's made with real Manuka honey. It is anti-aging to soften skin, and it says that critically it will help with dryness and give me an extra boost of youth. So let's see how that's looking this afternoon.
You're gonna make the age gap smaller, don't you?
Any way I can.
Use a circular motion as you gently glide UFO across your face and neck, distributing mask essence evenly. Allow your mind and body to relax as red LED and a gentle warmth prepare your skin to receive the full benefits of this revitalizing complex.
After the treatment, you just carry on massaging the mask essence into the skin, and it feels so good. I feel like a new woman. I've been using it for several months now, and I can feel such a difference to the dryness levels of my skin. It's so much better than it used to be. If you'd like to try it for yourself, then click the link in the description box below, and Foreo are offering you a 21% discount. That's my spa time done in only 90 seconds. I think it might be time for another cup of tea though. David and I are going out to look at the Jardin L'Anglaise before he goes, because that's the next big thing in the garden to happen. We will be planting the new part of the Jardin L'Anglaise, which we were going to do in the spring, but we were worried about the heat wave that we would have and the drought that we're having and the drizzle in
We're feeling that
July. Yes,
strongly
thank
now.
goodness we didn't plant. So we're definitely planting in November. You know, I'm keeping the sunglasses on. It's a protest.
And we come into the first room of the Jardin L'Anglaise itself. I don't think we want to continue the sweep of the hedge any more than what we've already planted.
No.
Because we need to keep access for bigger machinery.
It's for the works on the lake and on the chapel.
And on the chapel,
So when
especially.
that's done, fine. Then we can close
Yeah.
up, but not just yet.
But especially the works on the chapel, we need to
Yes.
keep access open. The rest of the garden has already been framed. We just need to fill in a couple of holes where 2 or 3 plants died. So this is the main area of the first room in the Jardin L'Anglaise. On the plan, we have a fountain going there.
The fountain has arrived, but we need the basin for it.
Yeah, we need a basin for it, that's true. And that's actually the most work, because the fountain in and of itself isn't that complicated to put up. It's the basin that needs to be watertight and clean to look at. Everything else is going to be planted with plants similar to the ones that are already in the existing section of the Jardin L'Anglaise. But we are looking at species that thrive better in sun, because this is much less shaded from the forest than the second section, and also plants that cope better with drought, because we are higher up.
Yes.
So it will have less water. I was just thinking, because we have quite a big section of hedge plants that didn't survive.
Yes, this
just
gap here.
just across from the little path we've already made.
Yes.
It might be worth just leaving it open. Quick way to get in and out of the Jardin L'Anglaise without having to walk through the entire thing.
Or maybe then a beautiful wrought iron fence, little gate. Because
That's
what I
always
love
possible.
about your gardens is that you feel really cut
Enclosed.
away from everything in
Yeah.
that. And you can't feel it yet here because obviously the hedges are, you can see straight through them. But you're starting to feel it in the second one.
Yeah.
And I think it would be really snug to not feel that opening. But perhaps a little gate covered in ivy or something that feels more secret, but that we can come and go, because it's nice to have that, I agree.
And then just connect to the existing planting in the Jardin L'Anglaise that's already there.
Which is beautiful, and I think it's worth going to have a look at, especially in weather like this. It just feels so lush when it's just been raining. I mean, Davey, you've done such a magnificent job.
Well,
In
everything's-
1.5 years.
Yes,
Isn't that incredible?
18 months.
The hedge is taller than you.
Yeah. I've already talked to Kirsty about topping it off, so they can start branching out to form the final
Yes.
top of the hedge. So she's got to cut everything back to 6 feet, so round about there, and then you can start making smaller shoots to form the actual top of the hedge. And everything's rebounded really well with the rain we've had the last 2 days. Well, I think there's a couple of species that haven't done as well as we'd hoped, because there's for example, this is a Persicaria, but that's the red type of the same species. And then we've got the white one over there, and you can barely see it.
Oh my goodness, is this with the tiny little white tips
Yeah.
here?
And it's supposed to be just as big as the other one.
Okay, that is not happy.
No, I've used the white one quite often in the gardens, and usually it gets to that size.
Yes.
I've never seen that one as big as that one either.
This one is giant.
Yeah.
That one is spectacular.
Yeah. They
Yes.
usually say that it gets to about 80 centimeters or 90, but that's above 150. So
Yes, it is.
it's
It's happy.
yeah, it's very happy.
The other things that have underperformed, I think, are the geraniums. Geranium Philip over here seems to be getting a bit swamped. I hate to admit it, but geranium Stephanie seems even a little worse over there. Well, I think probably what you do with this type of planting anyway is that you're putting in the plants that you like and in the clumps, and then you see what's happy and what isn't, and they
Yeah.
find a bit of a natural balance after a while.
No, that's true, definitely. The plants that are more happy than others will simply replace them. We've got the little path to the forest. So this is the second section of the Jardin Anglais we want to finish in the fall, and that's the end part of the first phase.
Yes.
Because we couldn't do that last year because we simply didn't have time before we had to plant to clear all of it. So we want to do that now, so that the entire Jardin Anglais in the fall is finished.
Oh, wonderful, yes. That's not our final look.
No, it isn't. We just need to end these last 7 meters.
So we ended with the tree here,
Yeah, we ended with the tree.
and we've got to go all the way down there.
Yeah, and because the land isn't clear, it isn't very easy to keep it weed-free.
Yes.
Which explains the mess it's in at the moment.
Yes.
So we just need to scrape that all off, clear it out, and then I thought we could just repeat the existing species we've already got, and then end in a big bank of the really happy one we have spread throughout the Jardin Anglais, the Turkistamon, with the large leaves.
It is happy and it's stunning. I
Yeah.
love those big leaves.
So if we use that to end it next to the path,
Yes.
or where the wall will be at the end, that would give a big final end point to the entire length of this
Wonderful.
border.
And I think one other thing to do would be to get proper edging
Yeah,
all the way along.
that would clear it up
Yes.
a lot. That would also make it easier for them to mow the lawn right next to it.
Yeah, we should probably order that. Look at the plantless plants, how well they've done. It is extraordinary.
The Ligularia is also very happy.
Oh, the flowers have come out.
Yeah,
They're like aliens.
they're quite odd,
Many
that's true.
flowers that come out of one bud. Don't know if you can see, but over here,
But it's a composite.
yeah, so it has one sort of bud like this at the beginning, and then when it opens out, lots and lots and lots of flowers pop out like that. Very strange. It is exciting standing here and thinking about the lake coming back, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah. It is quite a good visual representation of the difference in height in
Yes.
the garden.
It is.
I don't think a lot of people realize that when you look at it on the vlog, but
The chateau is really at the top.
yeah, it's definitely not flat.
Just before going in, we've come out to look at what I like to call the blasted cedar. It's got a real gothic novel touch to it.
Well, it
And
has
it's-
been blasted,
It's definitely been blasted. It's obviously been struck by lightning. up
but
at
it's
the top.
very healthy actually if you look at the size of the pine cones.
Yes, yes, it looks good.
And it has quite a lot of them, so.
You're planning something over here?
No, I wasn't really planning something, just something you might want to talk up to Nick about.
Okay.
Because the main tree itself is quite healthy if you look at the growth pattern and the pine cones, but there's a couple of the branches underneath it that should be removed, I think, for
You're
safety.
creaking a little ominously.
No,
But
no.
as you can see, bits have fallen off it in the past.
So just for safety for people who want to walk underneath it, I think the lower branches that are completely dead
Yes.
just need to be cut off. Just to make it safe for people walking underneath it so they don't get anything on their heads.
That's a good idea. I mean, look at the girth of it.
It's a big tree, yeah.
And then if we have all of this cleared, we could have a lovely little bench. Maybe we could underplant with bulbs.
Bluebells to copy the forest next door would work.
That'd be wonderful.
Or you could make a mix of different bulbs, combine bluebells with crocuses which flower before it, and then wild tulips with flower
Afterwards,
after
so
it.
that we have a whole wave of
Yeah.
different plantings.
Continual.
Okay, let's pop back into the warmth. Can't believe I'm saying that in July.
Take care.
See you next time.
Yeah? When do you think it is?
Fall planting. November.
When is it?
Yes, November. Yeah, big planting in November.
Yeah. We'll see everyone next time.
You will. You'll see us all out there planting.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the minute you're leaving, the sun comes out.
Yeah.
What? Suddenly it's beautiful.
The temperature went up by 5 degrees.
Yeah. Look, even Natty's taking the scarf off.
See, this is not autumn anymore. It was autumn when I left home.
Well, it was autumn 5 minutes ago.
Anymore.
Okay, bye, lovelies. See you soon, Davey. Bye. You went to MIU's, didn't you?
I went to MOU's. So we got caught in the rain twice. We went there and just looking at clothes and stuff. It was an outlet shop. And I fell in love with these two candlesticks.
They're actually very nice. How much were they?
They're hand painted. They were 35, but they made the price a bit smaller because they noticed that this one's broken, or was broken. It's been glued back
Oh,
together.
little, yeah.
So I bought this, and
Oh, he's off. He's off.
I just already put them in the dishwasher. And 8 of these. We use these for breakfast.
We use those all the time. That's
So-
super useful.
Those were 12 for 8, but then he'd said he'd do 40 euros for everything together.
40 euros for 8 glasses and 2 candlesticks. Okay,
So I
actually
think the candlesticks
nice.
would be amazing on some table settings. They're hand painted, so.
Really, really, really like them actually.
Me too.
It'll be fun if we ever do a nice pink table setting.
That's what I'm thinking, and we might be doing a nice pink table setting this week. So
Oh yeah, we've got plans for the Barbie movie outing.
I've got a very nice idea.
This is one of those moments where I wish that you could smell what I'm filming because it smells so good in here.
Yeah, it smells really fresh. You wouldn't think, but yeah, the raspberry leaves have a really nice smell and like a tinge of raspberry, but
Yeah, it's a completely different scent, isn't
Yeah.
it? Something new.
herbal and
I love it. So is this for the tea you're making for the patrons who are coming?
yeah, still drying some. We need quantities.
It does look a bit dodgy. Some of the rooms of the chateau look as though we're in mass herbal production of, unspecified kind. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the black currant leaves.
Blackcurrant and raspberry. But it's the amazing smell coming from the raspberry.
Yes. Mostly. And there's mint.
And what's everything that's in your tea?
It will be a different tea than the last year because what's the point of like making the same?
0 point.
Yeah. So it will be. I don't know. We can name it some romantic name like Lalande's Courtyard or something.
You can't do Lalande's Courtyard without some lavender in there though.
That's a hint.
That looks so good on you. Oh, you look adorable.
Thank you for just clearing out your closet.
No, I've shopped in the sales, so I need space. I'm being good. It's a 1 in, 1 out policy.
It's a win-win situation.
It's a win-win situation in the house. You look wonderful.
Thank you. I feel pretty. I feel very romantic.
Yeah. That's what I love about that one. It's very Laura Ashley, 1980s. And you look amazing in that one.
Thank you.
It's so elegant on you.
Actually, I never showed the video where I
It's just so comfortable, and you can
Yes.
move, and there's
It's
still space.
very, very elegant. Yeah, very important. Oh, that might even be my favourite on you, actually.
So beautiful.
So we can be in kitchen camo together. Yeah. We can hide in here and have a gossip and no one will hear us.
Nobody can see me now.
Where's Marie? Where did Marie go? Marie?
Oh my goodness, boom! Oh, wow. So that's what I wanted to look like in that dress. And I'm getting rid of it because I don't look like that in that dress. It's incredible.
This was made for you.
Yes,
In south of France, sunglasses.
perfect. You need to go back on holiday now because you come back from holiday. No, you need that for the wardrobe. They all look so good on you.
You.
Yeah, perfect.
Great lengths as well, I think.
Yes. I think Marie and I are having very similar summer look this summer, aren't we? Very much like romantic, princessy, sort of skipping through fields of wildflowers look.
Yes, that's what I will be doing tomorrow.
Marie, that one's incredible.
Thank you. It was a gift from Philip.
We went there and we went shopping, and I saw that one in the sale.
So pretty. Thank
Well done, Philip.
you. I love it.
It looks
I love
beautiful on you.
Thank you.
I love the neckline.
Very romantic again.
It's going to be a romantic summer.
Perfect for like foraging flowers and stuff. You know, like the perfect Instagram. Exactly. With a hat.
No, it's perfect. This is where it's all happening. You're still working on the tea.
Well, not since afternoon, but like
You had a break, really?
I had breaks. I had water breaks, toilet breaks, dinner breaks, lunch breaks. That's fine.
And you are working very hard on courgettes, all the different courgettes, all from the garden.
Yep.
Round courgettes and quite hilarious shaped courgettes. I don't have anything to say about that. Beautiful. Perfect on that side.
Yeah. I'm doing like a courgette scramble, which you'd have at least in a Cyprus meze.
A courgette scramble?
Yeah.
What's a courgette scramble when it's at home?
It's just courgettes which you fry up. Sometimes with different herbs or whatever leafy greens you've got. A bit of garlic, and then you whack some eggs in there and do a scramble. It's very good. It's usually part of the hot appetizers in a meze.
Delicious, and I can see that you are making tzatziki, which Philip will be so happy.
Yeah. Did I want to make tzatziki today? No.
Did you do it just for Philip?
Well, because he did the. I really want some. So.
How did he say it?
Yeah.
How did...
No, that was ample enough. And since I know that he will have to suffer the effects anyway,
It makes it even more fun for you.
yeah, and I'm always saving him from people putting chicken stock in things and other
You just enjoy giving them the things he's mildly allergic to.
Yeah, sometimes I'll put in a bit of butter just to keep him on his toes.
Now this is the moment I've been waiting for.
We have dolmades or copepia.
The vine leaves of Lalande.
Yeah, I picked them with Kirsty and Pavlina, and then everyone's been rolling them. Everyone did a great job. The only thing is, I tried to just make them with what we had. So technically, you should make them with pork mince, but we had beef, so.
They look so good.
We've got different sizes and shapes, but that's okay. Everyone had their own technique.
This is the life, isn't it? I'm sorry.
Welcome to my tavern.
Ah, thank you very much.
We have some salad from the garden with pomegranate molasses.
Oh, I love that.
We have some tzatziki.
Because you're a softie and you pretend not to be.
The less said about that, the better. We've got a type of villagey salad. We've got the dolmades. We've got the zucchini with egg. And then we've got some chips and some aubergine. They were left over from yesterday, so I thought we'll...
Perfect.
And
Okay.
You would often have chips. But that's okay.
Yeah, this makes me really happy. It's all my favourite things. I'm going to grab a huge plate for Philip, who is stuck editing upstairs, and take it up to him with a lot of mavrodavna. He'll be so happy. It's going to be mainly tzatziki, I think.
Do you want some help?
Thank you.
I know he likes this, doesn't he?
Yeah, this is his
You say
favourite
when?
thing of all time, I think. Yeah, maybe that's okay.
Sure.
He can always come back for more. Just feels right, doesn't it, this? Cyprus on a plate.
Fantastic.
Thank you. I'm so sad you're not with us. I miss you big time downstairs.
I'm still editing.
You're an angel. And so every time I come in here, I laugh so much at the mouse at the gallery.
The thinker.
Just the best painting.
He's thinking about the thinker.
It's perfect. Enjoy, darling. By the way, I know that is your favourite thing in the world. Not only tzatziki,
Yes.
but dolmades.
And also, we cracked open the Mavrodavna.
The sweet wine for you.
Greek red wine. It's sweet, but not like a dessert wine. But
It is so like a
You
dessert
could have it
wine.
as a dessert wine. We have it chilled now, which is like a dessert wine. But
But you know, they are the vine leaves from our garden.
I'm so excited. It
Oh,
smells
so good. I'm going to go down and join the others. Love you. Bye. How are you finding them?
Oh my gosh, they're delicious.
I'm just so proud of our vine leaves right now.
I don't know why you're so amazed that
We
you
sat
can
in the
use your own
community and
wine.
I don't know. I thought it was some sort of special vine that you needed. It's great.
The ones fresh from the garden are best.
Yeah.
You can buy them brined and like jarred, but it's much better to just.
Did you brine them, or did you just cut them and dry them?
That's it. And you just use the young the leaves.
That is delicious, Maria.
It's all thanks to Emma Pavlina's and Davy's rolling skills.
I've just received a series of emergency texts from Philip. It turns out that the mavrodavna has run low upstairs. And just if you're wondering how we all contact each other inside the house, it being so big, this is a perfect example of our normal in-house communications. Thank you for joining us for another day of Lalande Life. A huge thank you to all of my patrons, and a reminder that this week's patron video is this magical evening that we had at the Chateau de Lalande with Vivienne and Simon from Chateau Love and Curtis Ryan Woodside and his husband Filippo. We had a picnic on the lawn and visited the Renaissance Chateau and attempted to tango the night away. Today I'd like to say a huge thank you to the Dauphins and Dauphines of Lalande, Craig A. Skinner, Teresa Sloan, David Smith, Sabrina Sawati, and Nanette Solverson. Thank you so much for supporting the Chateau Diaries. Lots of love to everyone and can't wait to see you next time.